few minutes before the show. Normally, I should start right now, but this is a message for the replay team. Thank you so much for watching. So here is my new moon, and I am going to an adventure. So as always, thank you so much for your support. You can find a lot of resources through my linktree/FrenchHolly. You can also join my replay room that I'm going to show right now. I just need to click the right button. And thank you again, Claudio, for allowing to create this platform. So this is my avatar, where I can also show my camera, and I can also speak in the room. Last time there would be, I think, technological issues, like you were able to listen to me, but you were not able to listen to people on the replay room. Hope that because normally when I share, let me stop the share right now, and let me just verify again that I am sharing the sound. Sound is shared. And so normally anyone who is in the room will be able to speak, of course, to me, and to be audible also in the stream. If not, apologize. I am doing my best. So my name is Oli. I'm from Belgium, Brussels. I speak French natively. I can also speak Dutch, even if Dutch is not my favorite language, but it is necessary in this country. I rather prefer to speak Italian than Dutch, but this is just my thing. Ik kan Nederlands spreken, het is niet mijn lievelingsche taal. Preferisco parlare italiano. And so that's also, of course, I speak English. And I would like to speak Spanish. This will be my fifth language in 2026. How are you feeling, my friends? If you are in YouTube or LinkedIn, let me know in the chat. Hope that it will be able to be audible. Normally, I'm just going to check if there are any comments in the chat, but normally it's possible. So I am live. I am in YouTube and LinkedIn. Feel free also, if you are on the replay team, to go to my linktree/FrenchHolly to see my resources. I'm going to announce probably not this week, but next week. So yes. So feel free to comment in the chat. So this session would be about listening. And of course, when it implies to listen, it implies to speak. But although as a coach, we learn a lot that coaching, we need to listen and we need to speak also. And there are also ability to express that in French. Something that I realized is that there is, I don't know if there are multiple synonyms in English. Listening, hearing, are there differences? I think yes. And I think hearing is like perceiving a sound physically, and listening is truly understanding the sound that we perceive. And so for that, it's the same in French. There is entendre, which is, I think, hearing, and écouter, which is listening. And there is also écoute or écoutille, that is the eye on the submarine that allows you to go to see under the ocean. So écoute. L'écoute est très important. Listening is very important. Not only hearing, but also listening. And so I can give some gems. I would like to envision people in my room or people interacting on the session. Of course, I make this session a bit like in advance, not so often. I try to make them at the same time on Thursday. Sometimes I have to do it a bit late, but the replay team, as you are part of, if you are listening, si vous écoutez, you are part of the replay team. Vous faites partie de la team réécoute. So replay, réécoute. So play is to play, you know, to run. And the replay is ability to re-listen, réécoute. And so there is réentendre, which is to hear again, and réécoute, which is to re-listen again. So I'm dropping some gems in French. And of course, there is also in Italian, like ascoltare. And I don't know if there are synonyms, because Italian, I have a B1 level, I think, A2, B1. And there in Dutch is luisteren, but maybe there are also other synonyms. So in French, écouter, entendre. And then, of course, there is also a nugget that I love, because it's not really precise. It could be one explanation. There is also an old word that is ouïr, O-U-I-R, with the trema on top of the I, because to say I need to pronounce the letter separately. So ouïr, ouïr, it's the old term, the old verb for listening. And right now, jouis, of course, it's a bit like G apostrophe, les cloches, the bells, because there was bells. So ouïr. And so in French, the conjugation, there is écouter and entendre, which are both beginning by E. So in that case, as the vocals and the H, there is contraction. Like you don't say je écoute, you say j'écoute. You contract the I listen to the j'écoute. And then tu écoutes, il, elle, on écoute. You also the link. You don't say on écoute, you say on écoute for the fluidity. And then nous écoutons, also the link. You don't say nous écoutons, you say nous écoutons for the fluidity. Vous écoutez, ils écoutent, elles écoutent. Because there is a difference between il écoute and ils écoutent. Ils écoutent is not written the same as il écoute. Both the pronoun and so if I say il écoute, it's the singular. If I say ils écoutent, it's the plural. Elle écoute, singular. Elles écoutent, plural. Because there is the link between the S, E-L-L-E-S, and écoute. So lots of nuggets. So I'm going now to go to the chat. If there are any questions, feel free to drop. And also in the replay team, if you have any question about that. As I'm going through, if there are no interactions or questions, then I will make this session shorter, like 30-35 minutes, because I really seek for interaction. That's why I'm here in my room. You can go to linktree/Frenchly, then join the stage, and then you can enter in that room like I'm in right now. I'm just moving right now my own self. Pop, 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 pop. And as you notice, I love so much pandas. So feel free to go in the stage right now to ask questions. Else you can also ask questions in the chat or in the LinkedIn. Why I do this? Because I'm a linguist, a language enthusiast, a neuro language coach, and it's about using the neuroscience and new coaching to better efficient language teaching and coaching. And so French, there is écouter, which is listening, I think, the exact translation, and then entendre, which is hearing. Entendre is passive, écouter is active. Like j'entends, if you are hearing someone say "j'entends bien," blah blah blah, blah, it means that they are really not understood. Maybe most are confounding the two, like hearing and listening. It's so subtle, it's the same act, but I think listening is active and hearing is passive, because you can hear without really understanding. But if you say you listen, then it means that you can really understand. So let me know in the chat at any moment. Let me also continue. So the conjugation, there are three forms in the singular and three forms in the plural. And there are in the singular third form and in the plural third form, there are three in the singular and two in the plural. So let me just recap. The pronouns in French, je is I, tu is you, il, elle is he, she. Then nous is we, vous is you, and il, elle in the plural. If I say il, elle like this, you cannot know if I'm talking about the singular or the plural, because it's like the S is silent. But if I say il écoute or ils écoutent, you know. It's like il écoute, he hears, and elle écoute, she hears. But ils écoutent, they hear. Elles écoutent, they hear. There is no another pronoun for they for the feminine. But then there is also the third form, on écoute, which is an impersonal form of the we. We is conjuged in the plural. Nous écoutons. It's plural. There are more than one person. On, it's imprecise. Could be one, could be many. And it's really impersonal. It's a we that is disempowered and that is conjuged in the singular. So, j'écoute, tu écoutes, il écoute, elle écoute, on écoute, and then nous écoutons, vous écoutez, ils écoutent, elles écoutent. Then there is entendre. J'entends, tu entends, il entend, elle entend, nous entendons, vous entendez, ils entendent, elles entendent. So that's for the present. And of course, I'm not going too much in the conjugation because there was also the past. J'écoutais, tu écoutais, etc. Ou j'entendais, tu entendais. And then the future. J'écouterai, tu écouteras. And notice that it's T-E-R-A-Y-A-I, but sometimes you hear j'écouterai, sometimes you hear j'écouterai, because the E could be silent also in the form. So a lot of nuggets. I hope it's helpful. So I also learn in the process. J'apprends, because you notice that I'm not a laboratory dictionary, and I always learn, even if I am speaking French natively, I always learn from my own language. Like we, to listen in more all the way. There are words that are really uncommon because they are it's called désuet, which is not employed anymore in recent, but like ouïr. And in that case is jouis, tu ouis, il ouit, elle ouit, nous, I'm not sure if it's nous ouillons, vous ouillez, because it's really, but then there is also it's as it's not common, I don't really remember. But there is also ouïr, the verb ouïr, and there is oui, which is O-U-I-E, which is the act of listening. There is the sight, the hearing, the smell, the touch, the taste, and the equilibrium, maybe, 5 or 6 sense, who knows? And in French is l'odorat for the smell, le goût for the taste, la vue for the sight, le toucher, the touch, l'équilibre, equilibrium, I think. And then there is l'ouïe, L'Ouie. And in that case, the I, there is a tremor. It's maybe in the recent spelling, you don't have to place the tremor because it's something that is not confoundable. There is, for instance, mur, M-U-R-E, and sometimes, no, M-U-R, sorry, M-U-R, the wall, but M-U-R with the tremor is something that is ready to be picked, a fruit, or mature, maturity. But we normally it's with the tremor accent, like O-U, I with the tremor, and then E. And at some point, I'm going to envision in the next session to put some visuals and some text. But right now, I am imperfect. So I am throwing that live. We are on the 16 minutes. Let me know in the chat how are you feeling. So Louis or oui, L apostrophe, it's the noun, like la vue, Louis, or vue, oui. And it's the capacity of listening, of hearing and listening. And so there is also the word oui, which is yes, O-U-I. And there are some sources that says that it comes from the verb ouïr, from the past participle of the verb ouïr, which is oui. Il a oui, elle a oui. And so oui is yes. I hear, I hear or I listen. Yes. Like in the phone, there is hello also. Sometimes in the phone I say oui, because I am in the act of listening, of hearing. But some is from another, like another etymology, like hoc est, H-O-C or O-C. Est is Latin, and it's like it is something like that. But it's too much detail. So we are on the 18 minutes right now. And let me know, because if I don't have anyone in the chat, if you have questions right now, feel free. Even if you are in the replay team, I will approach these questions when I'm in my next session, next event. But now I don't see any session. So it's about the act of listening, of hearing. And as in English, there might have it's a blur line, but I noticed that hearing is the act of passive listening, and listening is active. So entendre, écouter is the same. Entendre is passive, and écouter is active. And so I was talking about the differences, the origin, and the conjugation also. Now I'm going to talk about how you approach that. And so sometimes people will say, tu entends? That means, are you able to listening? Or tu écoutes? Are you able to entends? Are you able to hear? Sorry. And then tu écoutes? Are you able to listen? Which is to understand, and so sometimes you are on mute. That means that tu es sans voix, tu n'as plus de son, donc nous ne pouvons plus ni entendre ni écouter. And tu m'écoutes means, are you listening to me? And then you say, oui, je t'écoute. Yes, I hear. I need to reflect because I might mix between hearing or listening. Tu écoutes, I listen to you, and tu entends, I hear you. And hearing and listening are like a small blurring line, but it's really important to know when you have to use both. And so that's my nuggets today. I don't have any reaction in the chat, so I might end in 10 minutes maximum. So, entendre, écouter. Then there is a son, the sound. Le son, the sound. And then, of course, conversation. And dialogue. Dialogue de sourds, it's like a deaf dialogue when people are hearing each other's. People might listen to each other's, but they don't really understand because they are camping in their field, camping in their zone without making a step towards each other's. So that's really important, like non-violent communication non-violente, to really not only hearing but also listening to each other's. So loud means audible. There is audible and audible about the l'audition, the act of listening. L'audition or l'ouïe. Sometimes I think l'audition is and l'ouïe is really synonymous. Difficult to make a clear difference, distinction. But then l'audition could be also the session where you are listening to someone, like in the court, in the tribunal, l'audition d'un témoin, someone who is a witness to some cases. So there are many aspects about écouter, and like also for the navigation, écoute. And then there is also echo, which is the sound, echo, ECHO, echo. And in French, it's the same with the accent. And so with that, the instrument to listen is, of course, the ear without the H. In French, we don't pronounce the H, by the way. So the ear is l'oreille, OREILLE, l'oreille. And then there is also l'oreiller, which is like the cushion that you are using to sleep, where you put your ears, I think. So there was many aspects about that. So right now we are on the minute 23. I don't see any question, any comment in the chat, anyone in the live. Sometimes I was not inviting a guest today. It was impromptu. And I'm happy to hear or listen, but I will hear more than listen to your feedback, to your comments, to your questions, and integrate that in the next session. And so comprendre, to understand, is when, because most of the time it's about the voice, vocal, la voix, VOIX. And so vocal, like when you are receiving a message in your phone, la messagerie vocale, the vocal mail, I think, voicemail. And so la voix. And that's it. Because I can also speak without you to hear and without you to listen. Because if I move my mouth, but of course I don't utter any sound, I can also mute myself and you will not be able to hear anything, neither to listen, neither to understand, neither to be able to interact with me even later. So let me know, how are you feeling today? Je vous écoute, je suis à votre écoute. That's also when someone is meeting you in the restaurant, by instance, when you are ordering a food. They are seeing you on the table. They are going to see you, and then they are saying "Je vous écoute" because they are listening and hearing and listening also, and understanding, and so providing any food or drink, and so that's it. Then there is also in the ear the lobe, Lobe, which is the little thingy that is maybe below, or the lobe de l'oreille, the characteristic of the ear. And there are also many vocabulary about that. um, I um, I might provide more information, but I don't want to drone you. So because it's about also the capacity of our brain to hear, to listen, to understand, to process, and to remember, and to utter. So je vous ai entendu, je vous ai écouté. That's subtle, because je vous ai entendu means that I understood. Enfin, no, I hear what you said, but I didn't really process or understood. But je vous ai écouté means that not only hearing but also understanding. In that case, there are also other senses like the eyes, that I can talk about that, about la vue. Let me know if it's useful for you. And right now, for instance, I would like also to, in the last 5 or 6 minutes or so, dive you through interesting topic here. I have my YouTube channel. If you, of course, I need to share right now my YouTube channel. Feel free to subscribe to Oli French Holly. I am going to update it. I am live right now, as you see. And feel free to subscribe and to dive into other videos. In my life, I don't post videos until now, but I'm doing live normally each week, and lots of incredible lives. So I'm going to make them more often, more short also, not more than 35 minutes. Because anyway, if there is no interaction, no people, I don't want to blah, 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 to voice without anyone to listen to me, because I would like to have interactions. So here was my YouTube channel. And then I can also go to my link tree. That is right now. I'm going right there in my link tree. Where am I? Okay, here. It's better when I have in the same window. So here is my link tree, where you can have my YouTube channel, my LinkedIn, book column, seeing all my social, join the stage on the replay for the next sessions, and also support me in GoFundMe, and check the last podcast I was attending, like the Voice of the Plaza with Peggy, and a lot of things. So here is my GoFundMe. Feel free to go there through my link tree and to support me. And that's it. I am going now to stop my share and to see how could I be more of service to you. Let me know. Aside that, I'm going to stop my show right now, and keep shining, everyone. Always embark your heart when you are learning a language. Merci beaucoup. Au revoir. And